Scorpio, a very warm welcome. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. Those of you that are new here, welcome. And those of you returning, as always, a warm welcome back. So Scorpio, this is a reading for the last couple of weeks of November 2025, all right, the 15th to the 30th. So we're going to look at your energy, red flags to watch out for, hopefully some nice surprises, possible outcomes, and these kind of things, all right? And I hope you guys are doing great. And you are still, aren't you, in birthday season? So happy birthday to those of you still celebrating, okay? Let's have a look at Scorpio. So what's going to be happening around you, for you? What to watch out for? November 2025, okay, last 2 weeks. Okay, we're done. Okay, money might be a little bit of a focus for you, Scorpio, throughout the last couple of weeks of November, okay? Okay, center of the reading, we've got the High Priestess in reverse, okay? Make sure you listen to your intuition, Scorpio. In love, life, or work, okay? Don't switch off from it and don't ignore subtleties. You know, physiological signs within your body, okay, that are either, you know, warning you or, you know, getting you excited, okay? So watch your intuition, okay? If something seems off, it probably is. If you get a hunch to do things, you know, follow it, Scorpio. The challenge that you might have. All right, some of you, okay, the challenge is kind of like a little bit of heartbreak, a little bit of pain, okay? Some of you don't ignore signs of, you know, murmurs, heart murmurs and these kind of things, just for a very select few of you. But, you know, might be a little bit of pain around a certain situation, okay? What's that all about? Okay, we've got the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, so the King of Swords, you know, in the upright, Scorpio, this is, you know, this can be a doctor, this can be a lawyer, this can be someone in authority, policeman, you know, these kind of things, all right? But in reverse, as a character, as an energy in tarot for me, it's one of the most narcissistic cards in tarot, okay, as a court card. So I'm just wondering whether, you know, if you think something's off, it probably is. Do not ignore what this reading is saying to me so far, Scorpio. Do not ignore if you're being fucked with, okay, mentally. Don't ignore it, okay? The signs are there. Because if you're, you know, if you are exposed to these kind of characters for long periods of time, okay, they can really damage your sense of self. And it's a certain look that people carry around on their faces that I've learned to spot, where they're in cognitive dissonance. They don't know what's real anymore because they've been mind effed with, okay? It comes back to that film. You know, remember the film, is it Gaslight or something, 1944 or something like that, you know, with this guy is just altering this woman's reality and she thinks she's going crazy, but she's being manipulated. But, you know, some of you might be ignoring your intuition that something is off with a particular person in your life. They might have heavy air in their chart, okay? All right, recent past coming into this reading, okay, there might have been some harsh words, a bit of conflict, okay? Whatever that might be. Stick around, Scorpio. I'm going to clarify these cards, okay? Yeah, you know, just watch this, all right? So your focus, you might be in your head a little bit, all right? Watch out for sleepless nights and these kind of things. But this causes anxiety, and these kind of characters will cause anxiety, all right? Because your soul is desperately fighting to get to the truth of the matter. Is it me? Is it them? But you've got to remember there's loads of projections with these people, all right? And it's a very slow process how it works. It's like, hey, Scorpio, imagine imagine you're a very confident person, or, you know, relatively confident, and you meet a character like this. They project all of their insecurities on you. They come across as confidence, but it's feigned confidence, right? And then they go, hey, Scorpio, you know, you could have more confidence. And they keep prodding you like that with these little jibes, you know, these little statements, but constantly, but it's quite covert behavior. And what happens is when you're exposed to that for a long period of time, you doubt your reality. You doubt that you're even confident. And now I doubt my confidence. I'm becoming not so confident, right? So just watch that, okay? Watch this character down here. What you don't see coming towards you, you are going to get out of this feeling of self-betrayal. You are going to heal. Some of you guys, Some of you guys might suffer with, your back. Okay, I'm just saying, all right, just for a select few of you. Um, and what this reading is actually saying is, get another opinion on your back. So let's say you're going to see a chiropractor and it's not working out. It's just not working. Get another opinion, okay? Because, that can keep you up at night, all right, with pain and stuff like that, just for a select few. Your energetic field, okay, as an energy, you are looking for different perspectives, okay? And if you've been subjected to a character like this, I'm gonna go deeper with this character. It might just be a boss. It might be somebody key in your life, okay, that might be doing a little bit of number on your sanity. But as an energy, you're trying to look for different perspectives. It's kind of like you're waiting for this light bulb moment, gaining your sense of self back. Um, it's a deep card of healing. It's a major arcana, the Hanged Man. But your energy is, you're kind of like suspended, waiting for divine inspiration, okay? Light bulb moments, those kind of things. Outside influences. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups here, okay? Some of you, Scorpio, there might be somebody around you that really wants to offer you something, okay? A Knight of Cups. It's not a king, but I'd rather go for a Knight of Cups than this dodgy old king here, all right? But a Knight of Cups, outside influence, might somebody have that eye on you and they want to offer you something, okay? It's quite a romantic dude. I'll clarify that in a second. In your fears, will I ever be able to move on? Will I ever be able to move away from this? Will I ever get my life back on track? Chariot in reverse. It's a fear of yours, okay? Lack of forward movement. Okay, and then the outcome, we got the Knight of Wands. Okay, so as an energy, the Knight of Wands is all about newness. It's about opportunism. It's going for things. It's picking up the pace in life. He hasn't fully developed a strategy. He's just going for things, trying things out. Okay, not the most committal guy, but if you've come out with something like this, the last thing you want to do, for those of you who are going through it or thinking of, getting over it and moving away, the last thing you want is something heavy and serious. You want to be playful again. Okay, so let's clarify this now. Let's go a little bit deeper. There's a few interesting cards here on the table, and why is the High Priestess in reverse? Okay, and this is you doubting your intuition. This can be secrets have come to light, maybe about somebody's character. Okay, and hence your energetic field. Maybe it's not me. Maybe I'm being manipulated and I'm being there's a bit of mind fuckery going on, right? And you know what? I feel for people that go through that because it's not pretty. It's not nice. There's no physical scars, is there? It's emotional or based on sanity. Your sanity is at risk. Let's have a look. Why is the High Priestess in reverse? One more shuffle, guys. Yeah, I don't think you got the answer to it just yet. All right, the way this deck doesn't want to quite go back together. The answer's yet to come for you. Okay, where you're going to get this crystal clear clarity to take you from feeling a little bit stuck into the Knight of Wands forward movement. Okay, right, that's it. They've gone back together nicely there. Right, High Priestess in reverse. Why is that here? Okay. So the High Priestess, okay, this is something is coming to the forefront now. You might have ignored your intuition, ignored red flags, ignored physiological signs of, you might be in danger here of being manipulated or, manipulated. And it's kind of like you want to get out of that and leave that behind. You find it highly toxic, okay? Whatever this might be. Okay, the challenge is it's quite heartbreaking. And then we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse, okay? So it's like, might have turned your emotions upside down, So now we've got, we've got the heart and the mind are in a little bit of jeopardy here, okay? Or going through a little bit of turmoil. So look, the reason why it's all happening, I think you just want to cut something out. You don't want the drama. Scorpio. You don't want the drama of it, okay? Recent past, somebody was very foolish with their communication, and maybe somebody was acting, a little bit immature there, and it's caused arguments, these kind of things. Look at this. You've got the Nine of Swords clarified by the Nine of Swords as your focus. It might be very in your head. Try to, rather than letting the mind control you, try to control the mind. Try to calm it down to get sleepless nights, these kind of things. All right. Listen to rain music, or, listen to binaural beats. Listen to, whatever frequency you find very relaxing. Search on YouTube and get yourself like a 3 hour, 435 hertz. What's it called? 3 hours of continual 435 hertz frequency music, okay, or sounds. What you don't see coming, you're gonna get over, okay, some form of betrayal, and it might have had something to do with juggling, okay, and this actually might be something to do with getting over betraying yourself by umming and ahhing and being taken into cognitive dissonance. This is like juggling two ways of thinking. This is umming and ahhing. This is second guessing yourself. It can be, okay, but you're gonna be victorious in that. Yeah, your energetic field, you might feel a little bit stagnant, a little bit stuck, okay, and you know what, this might have taken away from how you see yourself. Am I good enough? Am I pretty enough? These kind of things. A little bit of loss of confidence. All right. So just watch that. This character over here. Outside influences. Look, outside influences. There is somebody there, Scorpio, that wants to offer you something. It'd be a very healthy choice in love for you. Might have water. They might have a little bit of Gemini in their chart here. Okay. But somebody wants you to choose them. Maybe you're not in a position to choose anybody right now. Okay, in your fears, I think you just want to free yourself. You don't want to be stuck in life. Okay, you want to free yourself. Will I ever free myself? Might be a fear. Okay, and then the outcome we've got. You might. For some of you guys, you might leave these situations, let them end, cut them out, okay, because you don't want the drama. You might go into the Knight of Wands energy now, forward movement, seeking out new opportunities. You might keep people waiting around a little bit. Others of you, there might be a Knight of Wands that comes your way. And just remember, don't hang around for the Knight of Wands. They're a fast-moving energy. So yeah, don't wait around. This reading is talking about you getting back to Scorpio, getting back to center, and focusing on you. No second guessing yourself. Certainly entertain new people, places, and things. There is somebody out there that wants you to choose them, whether you're aware of this person or not. Scorpio, they're around you. Okay, maybe water and a little bit of Gemini in their chart. If it is about love, let's have a look. If it is about love, okay, the last 2 weeks of November, Scorpio. I want to go deeper into that King of Swords, by the way. I just want to have a quick look at that. It's the reason why it's all happening, okay? If it is about love for you, Scorpio, okay, release your ex. Some of you might be feeling a little bit stuck and you can't take action just yet. You're not able to release this just yet. Some of you might be living with people and it's not as easy as it sounds. Free yourself, okay, in reverse, okay? So some of you might be stuck in situations and it's let go of control issues. In reverse, somebody might be quite controlling, keeping you stuck. Just for a select few of you. It's not a personal reading, remember, guys. Many scenarios on the table here. We don't have time to go through them all, but it's just a general reading. Something that's quite key for you, Scorpio. Self-esteem. Look at that. These kind of characters can damage your self-esteem, where you look in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself anymore. So just be careful, guys, please. Let's have a look. Something that's key for you throughout the last couple of weeks of November. Gut instincts, look, trust your intuition, Scorpio. It's there to guide you. It's your inner compass, okay? So, intuition, knowing, sensing, and trust. Trust your gut, okay? And then we've got desires, goals, passion, craving, and fulfillment. Don't forget your desires, okay? Watch your sleepless nights. Try to get some decent night's sleep so that you're good to go to work on, your passions and, anything that makes you fulfilled outside of, love and relationships, okay? And seeing perspective, truth, knowledge, and clarity. And some of you might be in this energy here. This is your energetic field, okay? And sometimes we can self isolate, go inwards looking for new perspectives. But you will get there. You'll get the truth, okay? You'll arm yourself. Knowledge is power. And then you've got clarity. Okay, let's have a look over here. This is quite interesting. We've got, oh, actually, no, King of Swords first. Let's have a look at this. What's this all about? The King of Swords. Some of you, if it's not about a particular person, you're just cutting out dramatic situations in your life. No time for drama. Last couple of weeks of November. But let's have a look at this. Yeah, you might have very different goals to a particular person in your life. Okay, they might be restless, or they might be making you restless. You got to remember, okay, that highly narcissistic people, they look like they're doing great on paper, or they show up in the world, but inside they're dying. Yeah. Anyway, not going to go too deep on that subject. So we've got the Knight of Cups over here. Okay, Scorpio, there is someone around you, okay? They want to offer you something. They want you to choose them. They want to be more than friends. It might be someone you know. This might have been someone that you've spoken to, okay, and spoken about your troubles, your woes, or you shared some knowledge. And they might have helped you through certain situations, okay? They might want to be more than friends, okay? Knight of Cups, they might have water, as I say, and a little bit of Gemini in their chart. But, it would be a healthy choice in love for you. But of course, when you're coming out of situations like this, Scorpio, and then someone loving comes along, you think that they're needy and they're weak. It's not. It's just the fact that they're loving and you've been used to this kind of shit, right? And so you might just see them as very different and it would never work, okay? But there is somebody there who wants you to choose them, okay? Quite interesting, that. So I've done that. Let's have a look. Yeah, one of these. Oh, if you're a song, Scorpio, I always introduce a bit of music into my readings. If you're a song, the lyrics might mean something, the band might mean something, the melody might evoke certain feelings that are there to be healed, bubbling up to the surface. There might be some subliminal messages in the lyrics itself. Don't be doing a Charles Manson on me, though, will you? Let's have a look. So Cruel by U2. Okay, now, this is a song written by Bono of U2, all right? It's a really interesting track. In my years of studying psychology and these kind of things, this was probably the most realistic song about a man's love for a narcissistic woman. But it's not gender specific, just flip the genders, okay? But it is about narcissism, okay? So Cruel by U2. Give it one listen. If it's not your genre, dump it. But there might be some messages in that might help you with some divine clarity here, with the Hangman looking for different perspectives, and gaining better sleep, Okay, one of these to love you and leave you with. One of these, Scorpio. One of these. And this is just a positive mantra to stick in your back pocket, pull it out to lift your morale and guide you. Spirituality, okay? Intuition. Don't ignore it. Okay, by opening your mind up spiritually, we become more thoughtful and peaceful. Your spiritual journey will be inspiring to others. Some of you might come out of situations and have stories to tell, which is going to inspire others. And count your rainbows. This has come out before for you. All right, count your rainbows and not your thunderstorms, Scorpio. This card urges you to focus on the positive. What you think about, you bring about. Okay? And one more. gratitude. Be thankful for the lessons. If some of you are going through a bit of a dark night of the soul, be thankful that you're going there, because the other side of it is magical. It's shit while you're there, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? But I think it's, the message from this really is, don't ignore your gut feelings. They are there as your internal compass. Don't ignore it, Scorpio. But there's somebody around you. They want you to choose them. Might be a friend, okay? Maybe you just think they're far too different. And sometimes, soulmates and these kind of things can differ from our usual type and expectations, right? I think there's actually a card that even says that. But yeah, that's the last couple of weeks of November for you guys. My name is Drew. This has been Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do this for free for you. Reach out for a personal reading at moderntarot.net, or browse the YouTube Modern Tarot store, and I'll do my best to give you some clarity on your personal situations. In the meantime, Scorpio, have an amazing last 2 weeks of November. Keep on keeping on. Get some decent sleep. Check out that dude that wants to offer you something, or dudette. And I'll see you back here in December for your December readings. Take care. Bye.